Congratulations and thank you. Privileges of the floor, colleagues? Any other privileges of the floor? Senator Hall.
Yes, Madam President, I would like to remove file item AB 364 Gibson from inactive file.
Under motions and resolutions, the desk will note. Thank you. Senator Lara, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Madam President. Under motions and resolutions, I request that we move AB 903, item number 161, to the inactive file at the request of the author.
The desk will note. Senator Hernandez, for what purpose do you rise?
Under motions and resolutions, I'd like to move AB 161 from the inactive file.
The desk will note. Senator Monning, for what purpose?
Motions and resolutions. Madam Chair, would request, at the request of the author, removal of AB 313 by Speaker Atkins, item 191 from the consent file. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Fuller, for what purpose?
Under motions and resolutions, I request unanimous consent to return Senate Bill 516 to the Assembly for further action.
Thank you. Without objection, Senator Stone, for what purpose do you rise?
Motions and resolutions, Madam President.
Please proceed.
Thank you. Members, I rise today to congratulate the 2015 Pony World Series champions Bronco Division baseball team, the Murrieta Orange of Murrieta, California. This group of 11-year-olds battled through 6 tournaments and 26 games to earn the title of Pony World Series champions. Their journey started out in late June when they beat tough local teams to move on to the zone tournament, where they faced fierce competition from the western United States. The boys then defeated teams from California, Washington, Arizona, and Hawaii to earn the right to compete at the World Series as Western Zone champions. In late July, the team traveled to Virginia, where they continued their winning ways, beating teams from Virginia, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and to clinch the World Championship. This World Championship would not have been possible without the dedication of the players, the coaches, and the supports of the parents, and certainly the community. Thank you for letting me recognize the 2015 Pony World Series champions, the Murrieta Orange from Riverside County.
Thank you very much, Senator. Again, colleagues, we are under privileges of the floor, please. Senator De Leon, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you very much, Madam President. Colleagues, I would like to introduce to you Reverend Lennox Yearwood, Jr., and Ms. Madeline Ludlum, also known as Mystic, from the Hip Hop Caucus. The Hip Hop Caucus is a national organization with 65,000 members in California alone. They focus on educating and engaging young people in the civic and policy-making process on the issues that affect them as well as their communities. The Hip Hop Caucus uses the platforms of arts, entertainment, sports, and cultural expression to engage communities into taking action, real action that helps improve the human condition. The caucus's roster of supporters include numerous hip-hop artists and industry leaders. Reverend Lennox Yearwood, Jr., President and CEO of the Hip Hop Caucus, is a minister and community activist. He works tirelessly to encourage the hip-hop generation to utilize its political and social voice. In 2010, he was named one of the 100 most powerful African Americans by Ebony Magazine, and 1 out of 10 game changers in the Green Movement by the Huffington Post. In 2008, Reverend Yearwood created the Hip Hop Caucus Respect My Vote campaign, which turned out a record number of young people on Election Day electing the first man of color in the history of this great nation. Madeline Ludlum, also known as Mystique or Mystic, is a Grammy-nominated recording artist and the Hip Hop Caucus's Bay Area Leadership Committee coordinator. She is from Oaktown, Oakland, California, and is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree at the University of California at Berkeley. This Sacramento visit is one of many efforts that the Hip Hop Caucus has embarked upon across the United States in support of President Barack Obama's Clean Power Plan and the nation's leadership role at the United Nations Conference of Parties, the COP20, 2021, I should say, in Paris this winter. Colleagues, let's give Reverend Yearwood, as well as Mystic, also known as Madeline Ludlum from Oakland, a warm Senate reception. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us on the Senate floor today. Seeing no additional mics under privileges of the floor, we'll proceed to messages from the governor. They will be deemed read. Messages from the Assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Under motions and resolutions, without objection, the following bills with floor amendments will be deemed read and the amendments adopted. File item 46, Assembly Bill 494. File item 136, AB 689. And file item 168, AB 506. Seeing no additional motions and resolutions, we'll move on to consideration of the daily file. Starting with second reading file, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 157, 349 with amendments, 525 with amendments, and Assembly Bill 675 with amendments.
Thank you. Moving on to gubernatorial appointments, file item 6. Senator De Leon, governor's appointments. We will pass. Moving on to unfinished business, beginning with file item 23. The majority of the unfinished business file is on proposed special consent with the exception of 4 measures. We'll proceed with those measures if there is no objection. Seeing none, again, we'll begin with item 23. Which is Senate Bill 382. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 382 by Senator Lara, an act relating to juveniles.
Senator Lara.
Thank you, Madam President and members. AB 382 is back from Assembly on concurrence. This bill will update the existing criteria used by judges when determining whether a youth offender should be tried in a juvenile or adult court. The current criteria used in fitness hearings is outdated and not based on current law or cognitive science. Assembly amendments were technical in nature. The bill has received bipartisan support. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Any discussion or debate on this measure? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgiani. No. Glazer. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Hueso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Bates. No. De Leon. Aye. Gaines. Glazer. Aye. Hill. Aye. Runner.
Ayes 36, noes 12. Ayes 26. Noes 12. The measure passes. We're going to return to file item 15 under unfinished business. Senate Bill 35. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 35 by Senator Wolk, an act relating to taxation to take effect immediately, tax levy.
Thank you, Madam President. SB 35 is earthquake relief for Napa and Solano counties. Amendments taken in the Assembly added a 10-year sunset clause to the automatic loss relief provisions for future disasters declared by the governor. So it's a 10-year sunset in the amendment. Bipartisan unanimous support. I ask for your concurrence in the Assembly amendments.
Any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to the use of a unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 38, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred in. Moving on to file item 26, Senate Bill 415. Senator Hueso. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 415 by Senator Hueso, an act relating to elections.
Senator Hueso.
Thank you, Madam President. SB 415 is back for a concurrence vote. This bill deals with addressing low voter turnout areas that have off-cycle elections. The Assembly amendments will allow local governments to set their elections as late as 2022, giving local governments more time to change their election dates or do more to turn out people for elections. This bill is supported by Common Cause and the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project. I respectfully request an aye vote today.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell.
Aye.
Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Nielsen, no. Canella. No. Gaines. Glazer. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Runner.
Ayes 26, noes 12. The Assembly amendments are concurred in. Moving on to file item 34, Senate Bill 631. Senator Hueso, are you intend to take this measure up? Pass on file. File item 36, Senate Bill 761. Senator Hall. Senate Bill 761. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 761 by Senator Hall, an act relating to business.
Senator Hall.
Yes, Madam President and Senators, Assembly amendments to SB 761 are technical in nature and clarifying in nature and will remove, obviously, the opposition to the bill. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to the use? Not a problem. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. I. Fuller, I. Gaines, Galgiani, I. Glazer, I. Hall, I. Hancock, I. Hernandez, I. Hertzberg, I. Hill, I. Wisso, I. Huff, I. Jackson, I. Lada, I. Leno, I. Leyva, I. Liu, I. McGuire, I. Mendoza, I. Mitchell, I. Monning, I. Morlock, I. Morrell, I. Wynn, I. Nielsen, I. Pan, I. Pavley, I. Roth, I. Runner, Stone, I. Vidak, I. Wykowski, I. Wolk. Wolk, I. Anderson, Noda, I.
Call the absent members.
Gaines, Runner.
Ayes 38, no 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred in. Colleagues, we're going to return to file item 35, Senate Bill 633. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 633 by Senator Hill, enacting to false advertising.
Senator Hill.
Thank you, Madam President. SB 633 is back on concurrence. It modernizes California's Made in the USA labeling standard to reflect today's global economy. Assembly amendments were technical and clarifying. SB 633 has received unanimous support. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on concurrence.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, I. Anderson, I. Bates, I. Bell, I. Berryhill, I. Block, I. Canella, I. De Leon, I. Fuller, I. Gaines, Galgiani, I. Glazer, I. Hall, I. Hancock, I. Hernandez, I. Hertzberg, I. Hill, I. Wisso, I. Huff, I. Jackson, Lada, I. Leno, I. Leyva, I. Liu, McGuire, I. Mendoza, Mitchell, I. Monning, I. Morlock, I. Morrell, I. Wynn, I. Nielsen, I. Pan, I. Pavley, I. Roth, I. Runner, Stone, I. Vidak, I. Wykowski, I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members.
Gaines, Jackson, I. Liu, I. Mendoza, Runner.
Ayes 37, no 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred in. Moving from unfinished business to the Senate third reading, we will begin with file item 40. Senate Joint Resolution number 10. Senator Stone will pass. File item 41, SCR 81. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 81 by Senator Hill relative to Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Senator Hill.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I rise to present a special SCR. The genesis of this SCR was the parents of a child from South San Francisco who passed away from neuroblastoma in 2012 at the age of 2.5 years. SCR 81 proclaims the month of September 2015 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and states the commitment of the legislature to support efforts for research and to find cures for childhood cancer. Cancer is by far the leading cause of death by disease among children in this country. California has many of the world's finest medical and academic commercial institutions and must continue as a leader to fight against this terrible disease. I ask for your aye vote, members. Thank you.
Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, is there any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 38, noes 0. The resolution is adopted. File item 42, Senate Concurrent Resolution 82. Senator McGuire. Pass on file. File item 43, Senate Resolution 40. Senator has been dispensed with. Yes, it has. We will move on to Assembly third reading, beginning with file item 47, AB 267. Senator Monning. Pass on file. File item 49, AB 807. Senator Wykowski. Pass on file. File item 68. AB 486. Senator Block. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 486 by Assemblymember Bonilla, an act relating to pharmacy and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Block.
Thank you, Madam President. AB 486 resolves an issue that results from a current law, AB 377. In AB 377, we allowed hospitals to create a centralized hospital packaging pharmacy, and these pharmacies do single compounding sites that serve multiple hospitals that are under common ownership. What AB 377 also did was require that different pieces of data contained on prescription bottles be contained with barcodes for the medication labels. These barcodes include data such as medication expiration date, lot number, patient information, all of which can be read when the barcode is scanned in the patient's bedside. Unfortunately, hospital technology has not kept up with as quickly as anticipated with this development in the law. So because AB 377 requires that only barcodes be used on medication labels with no flexibility for including human readable data, which is text on the label, many hospitals have had to receive waivers from the Board of Pharmacy in order to store patient information on the label in human readable form instead of using a barcode. Technology does not currently exist to meet the requirements of the current law. So what AB 486 does, it rectifies this error by allowing to be included on the medication label information either via barcode or information in human readable form if the hospital doesn't have technology to scan the barcode. The bill also includes clarifying definitions that will allow the Board of Pharmacy to continue to provide oversight and regulation. AB 486 is supported by the California Society of Health System Pharmacists, the California State Board of Pharmacy, the California Hospital Association, and the California Pharmacists Association, among others. There's no opposition. It's received no votes, and I ask your support.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate on the measure? Any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 38, noes 0 on the urgency. Ayes 38, noes 0. The measure passes. File item 71, AB 899, Senator Glazer. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 899 by Assemblymember Levine, an act relating to juveniles.
Senator Glazer.
Madam President, members, AB 899 restricts the improper disclosure of confidential information on undocumented children who are in the juvenile justice system. Existing law prohibits disclosure and dissemination of juvenile information without explicit authorization from the court. This bill simply reiterates that federal officials, including immigration officials, must petition the court for access to that information. Currently, some probation departments are automatically providing confidential juvenile information directly to federal immigration authorities without obtaining authorization from the juvenile court. Unauthorized access to juvenile information can be used to initiate deportation proceedings against a minor and negatively affect a child's chances at successfully fighting their deportation case. Lack of clarity in current state law undermines the protection of undocumented children and their confidentiality rights. I encourage you, I vote.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or debate on this measure? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome back. My fellow colleagues, I must rise in opposition to AB 899. It's very simple that it's already a violation of this section, punishable by a misdemeanor. So there's no need for this law. Thank you. I urge a no vote.
Thank you. Any further discussion or debate? Senator Glazer, would you like to close?
Yeah, I'd like to respectfully ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. No. Wynn. Nilsson. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Fuller, aye. Berryhill, no to aye.
Call the absent members.
Gaines. Lada. Aye. Morlock. No. Wynn. Aye. Runner.
Ayes 32, no 6. The measure passes. File item 75, AB 775. Senator Jackson.